Yeah, Sunday, yeah. Hey, I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they try to limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. That's right. I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they tryna limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. Sundays with Justin, Mondays we hustling, Tuesdays still training, by Wednesday it's draining, shot wet like it's raining. It's not though. Try to knock me off my pivot, I'm straight to the block though. I can't do no pump fake, still watch out for the block though. I'm not your average player, I'm all-star status. Give all y'all answers, not no ball hog bastard. Jump shot looks synthetic, but it's all natural. Body full of ice like I got back from.
What's up, y'all? It's Coach Justin. We're here again at the Sit Down Podcast. We have a very, very special guest, a longtime childhood friend and basketball's brother, man. My guy, Dontrell Campbell. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Of course, man. It's a pleasure to have you down here. We've been talking about this damn near since I started this podcast, getting you down here.
Yeah, it's been a work in progress.
Right.
I finally did it for real.
I like to, and I tell people this all the time, I don't really like pushing the issue because I like to let it happen when it organically, and then ironically every time I wait longer on guests, there's more shit to talk about. You feel me? So it always works out. But yeah, like I said, man, you're back in town from Portland, so we'll talk about Portland, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, and let's just go back, man, and young Drill, and that's what I know you as, obviously. And you know, as a hooper, growing up where you're born and raised, and just your family life, and then we'll start from there.
Born and raised right here, Oakland, East Oakland to be exact. My brother was the athlete of the family, and I was the youngin' trying to keep up. So that's how I really got into sports, basketball, everything really. So I just been around the game from my brother, and then my dad always playing and coaching. And then after a few years, really through my middle school years is where basketball kind of took off for me, was getting connected with PJ Taylor, Dame, TJ, Phil, Drake.
The whole Rebel family.
Yeah, like that's really where basketball took off for me. Like before them, I was just a little knucklehead going to whatever gym I could.
What age were you when you went to the Rebels?
It was my 8th grade year.
Okay.
It was before I broke my leg, and me and P was cool. Went to school together. Me, P, and Drake went to school. I knew T. I knew Dame from being around P.
Right.
And then Phil was, cracking jokes and was like, "Man, we need a footer like you. You 6 foot. You can come play for us." And I wasn't playing for nobody. I was just kind of getting in trouble, and my mom's was trying to keep me out of trouble. We moving around, and they let me stay at night at their house. And
the rest was history.
It was like, I ain't leaving.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
That became the family. That became my family since then. So that's where, basketball really turned my life around.
I think that's so important, man, because people like Coach Phil, whose name obviously came up on this podcast quite a few times so far, because we're all like part of his tree.
Yep.
And there's other coaches, just as significant to our success and life stories. But it's just so dope how, families, I don't know in the moment that they know how much part they're playing in people's lives, but just in hindsight, looking back, like I have so many, obviously the Taylors, who are my blood relation, but then basketball relation also because of, obvious reasons, but so many families around the Bay Area that, that I have that same story with. So that's just dope and important, especially coming from the inner city.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's important. Like, we need it. Like, I don't know why they needed it at that point in time, but for some reason they needed it.
That's fire.
And we needed it. I definitely needed it.
Right.
I didn't have no dad in the house, so that was the importance for me, and having brothers that was close enough in age that I could relate to, because my older brother 9 years older than me. So that really helped me. So I didn't know it was important at that
right.
point. And I know that they didn't, but they did it for whatever their reasons was, and it benefited them, and it benefited me in a big reason. So I'm forever thankful and gracious to them.
That's dope. And it's even more fire because you mentioned that at one point you were kind of just getting in trouble. You weren't really hooping, but just you having something to do, somewhere to go, some people who made you feel included, made you feel loved. And and I asked you when you came on point, because I kind of remember you coming on board, because we were already on the Rebels. I played for the team right below. Yeah, right below. So I remember you coming on board as one of the new players and immediately jumping into the whole family. Yep. So that's fire, because that could have played a deterrent to you staying out of trouble. Mm-hmm. And your life now could be completely different if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a testament. I feel like I'm rambling now, but it's a testament to it takes a village. Yeah. Because moms. You can be the best parent in the world inside the household, but the temptation comes from the people your kids meet at school and in the community.
The influences.
Exactly.
Surrounding influences. Like you said, you could be the best parent, brother, whatever, ever. And still, whatever that child or person is seeing around them and is hitting them most impactfully is what they're going to gravitate to. So that's what it was for me.
That's fire.
I definitely noticed it at that time.
That's fire.
This is what I want to be around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dope, man. Let's get back to the story. But that's healthy conversation, though. You know what I mean? So I like to always take those little pivots. But so around the 8th grade, talk about how the difference of seriousness in the basketball at that point. Because I know how good that team was already at that point. Like I said, because I remember exactly that year.
Yeah.
How was it for you, somebody kind of jumping into this already well-oiled machine? Because a lot of that group had already been together.
Yeah, they had been together for a while. There was a few of us that jumped in that was new outsiders to the group and just joining the family. So it was interesting. But it was the difference was basically like, for me, coming from a kid that could just go to whatever school and jump on the playground and play, or, walk in the open gym and hoop, whether it was, Bella Vista to EC Reams to everywhere. Like if you was hooping and I knew somebody, I was there.
All right.
To then walking into Coach Phil saying, "Get your ass on the baseline. You better run. You better grab the rebound." Like,
right.
I had nobody that was telling me that besides my dad and my uncle,
right,
my brother in the backyard.
Right.
They was playing like, you better go get that if you want to play. So to have him really then be showing me and telling me, and Coach Tap and Rain. D. Jones, everybody at that time just kind of really emphasizing and breaking it down, but then also letting you know where it came from. Like, you want to be good, you want to play, right? You want to get on the court? Well, I need you to go do this. If you really want to do this is what you got to do. You got to come in here, and days we don't practice, you got to come to the gym and work out.
Exactly.
That turned into, for me, like, we ended up at Brookfield Rec almost every day.
Yeah.
Let's go hoop. Let's do this.
Right.
Here come Coach Phil. All right, well, we know we got to do this workout. Like, that became it. Like, that became every day for us. We get out of school, hop on the bus. It wasn't no more of like, all right, well, I'm about to go to the store and kick it with them.
Right.
Get home when I get home, and I might go to practice tomorrow or not. Nah, I'm about to go to Brookfield and work out, and then I'm about to see if they can take me home. If not, I'm going to stay the night at their house and go to practice tomorrow.
That's hard, bro.
Like, that just became the routine,
the norm,
expectation. Like, you ain't did your homework? Oh, well, you better go get your homework done before Phil get here.
Exactly.
If not, you don't want to hear homework. Yeah, Phil check homework. I didn't bring my backpack. Well, you better go get a book or something. Better pretend like you got something to do.
And that's again another tangent, but it's important that you're talking about the off the court stuff. And when I say that, homework obviously being one thing, but just creating new habits.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that, like you say, that became the norm. So now when you go to college or you go to these high school, because you guys are not younger at this point, but when you go to these high school levels and you're expected to be at certain places on time, because we know these coaches don't play. And then you know what else is different at this point? Our parents gave these coaches the right to say and do whatever they wanted to us when it came to disciplining us. You know what I mean? Like, run his ass till he throwing it up.
Yep.
And you know what else is crazy, right? It would almost be like these days it's like, obviously because I coach a lot still. These days it's like, oh, if a kid is fucking up, the parent wants them to come to practice because you could run the shit out of them. But I remember back then, if I'm fucking up in school, I wasn't able to go to practice, and that was how I was punished.
Yep.
I was mad to miss practice. Think about that. And I
can't go to practice because I got in trouble. Like, why can't I go to practice?
Yeah, bro.
What? Like, now it's like, all right, well, all right, that's your discipline.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember the first time I heard my mom tell my high school coach, who's still prevalent in my life to this day, was like, "Oh, you get out of hand, do what you got to do." What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, if he need to hit you, he can hit you. If you need to run, you run. I don't care. You need it. Why are you telling him that? Like, that's not cool. Right. But that became then, okay, well, dang, they got to keep me in check. Like, they going to trip if I don't do this. They going to trip if I do this and it don't look right.
Right.
Well, if they go back and tell her, that's it. I ain't going to be able to do none of that. I'm about to get in trouble. Like, it just was how we stayed in check. And
you think about it, you're at 14 years old, roughly, and you're already learning accountability, responsibility, all of these adult type mentalities that you're not aware that you're learning them, but they're using the basketball sport to teach you these things. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. So I love we keep getting up on these talks, but that's the point of this. You know what I mean? And we keep giving everybody flowers too, man. It's gonna be a lot of name drop. Every time I interview somebody that I know, it's a lot of name drop and a lot of love being shown. Yep. So that's always a good thing. But talk about going into high school, man, and how that was. So you went to Oakland High off the bat, right?
Yeah, I was the first one to know I was going to Oakland High.
Okay.
My brother went to Oakland High. I lived around the corner from Oakland High when I was until we went to middle school. When I went to middle school is when we moved away because I started getting into more trouble. But when we got into high school, it was just that summer was my first summer playing AAU with Dame, P, Drake didn't play, but that whole squad. So I'm basically like living with Fee and Phil at this time. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Oakland High. You know, I didn't already put in my papers. It's either Oakland High or San Leandro because we live by San Leandro. At this time, I'm a little overweight. Put something else on everybody else's mind, right? So I'm a little overweight, at least in my mind.
It's like baby fat, though.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, if I go to Oakland High, I'm cool with being overweight because I know everybody. And like everybody know, worst case scenario, we just gonna fight.
Right.
I go to San Leandro, it's gonna be a problem. I'm closer to home. I don't know nobody. I at least want to be able to lose a little weight before I go there and have to.
Wait, so you're really thinking about this at this age?
This is really my thought process. No BS. 13, 14 years old, this was my thought process. San Leandro is the second school on there. The third school that was on there was Skyline. Because I also grew up around Skyline and 35th, and I knew.
Yeah, that whole area is either.
So I was like, all right, I could go there too. I worked out with Phil that whole summer. I ended up losing a little weight anyway.
Right.
Mom was like, I want you to go to school you want to go to. I want to go to Ohio with all my friends. P might go to Ohio too. That's perfect. His grandfather lived around the corner too, so that's perfect. I ain't worst case scenario. Like I could either go there, or I just hop on the bus and go home. I don't know all the principals and teachers and everybody from my brother and my cousins that went there, so
it just makes sense.
Yeah, and I know Watkins, who's the coach there. Not a problem. So I hit Watkins, tell me to come to an open gym. I bring P. D. Smith tell P, you should go to Ohio. So we go to the open gym, and they like, yeah, we like both y'all. It's cool. Like, whatever y'all decide to do, just let us know. I'm like, I'm going. So I start going to football practice. Now, like, it's school time now. It's like this time of the year. Like, all right, school gonna start next week. Like, everybody like, yeah, we're going to Ohio. It's good. I'm meeting some of the other guys that's gonna play and stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be straight. Freshman year, no BS. Football season go by, I'm good. Basketball season go by, I'm good. And when I say good, I'm talking grades. End of season, I got 1.8. And this is why I remember this. This is literally why I remember this. And this is like accountability
right.
and my surrounding of people. Real talk. PJ got like a 4.0 or a 3.5 at least. I can't remember exactly. Drake got a 3.0. Everybody else on the hoop team got like a 2.5, at least the players that are serious.
Right.
And I know who's serious and who not from being around field.
Right.
So I'm like, I got a 1.8 because I've been kicking it. Like, I've been cutting classes. I've been going out with the seniors. Like, I done went to prom, to the junior prom as a freshman. Like, I'm the cool guy. All the security guards and everybody know me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lil Tay. That's Drill. He good. Whatever. I don't know if it was P, Barry, like all of our freshman, sophomore partners that played freshman or JV that year. I don't know if it was all of them or if it was just me and Pete talking. But I just remember the whole gist of it being, oh, we don't kick it with dummies. If you ain't got above a 2.0, bro, we don't kick it with you. And I'm like, hold on, like, I ain't get a 2.0, bro. Like, that's easy. I can do that. Like, what you mean? I ain't no dummy. Like, yeah, bro, we about to go to study hall. Then we're going to practice. I can't go to practice because I ain't got a 2.0. And this is the off season. This is just open gym, weights and open gym. So I'm like, all right. So what I'm about to do today, I can't go to P house.
Right, because he had practice.
Yeah, his mom and dad at work. It's 4 o'clock. I guess I'm gonna get on the bus and go to the crib. Go to the crib, I'm sitting there chilling, playing Madden. I'm like, bro, this weak. This ain't cool. Like, this is weak. Like, all my partners is busy. They doing something right now. Like, because I cut a couple classes, I can't. All right, it's tomorrow. I go to school. It's good. I got my stuff together after that. Start going to like talking to teachers, like copying what everybody else was doing. I start paying more attention. All right, we go in class. Well, everybody I kick it with that's smart, they sitting in the front. I'm about to go sit with them. I'm about to look at what they writing down, ask the questions that they asking. Talking to the teachers, being cool with the teachers. Okay, then like I start peeping. This like sophomore, junior year now. Like my sophomore year, all the schools broke into academies and all of that stuff.
I remember that.
And I'm still just regular classes, whatever. And I'm like, well, why they got this performing arts class? Why they got this IP and AP class that they taking? Why they going on this, like P and Drake specifically, they sophomore, junior year, all of our partners at Ohio, like our class that kicked it, this was before Dame went to Ohio.
Right.
They all went to Washington, D.C.
On like a tour?
On a tour, like seeing like a black museum, heck of stuff. Like, and I'm like, where y'all going? We're going to D.C. Y'all going to D.C.? Like with your family? No, with the school. It's a bunch of us. What school do that? Like, we go to Oakland High, bro. This is Oakland. Y'all going to D.C.? How? I see the pictures and hear the stories, and I'm like, well, I ain't doing no cool stuff like that. Like, the heck is this? So I'm like, what program y'all in? What class is that? Why I don't have this teacher? So I'm like, now, listen to my mom say, you need to talk to your counselors. Hey, why I don't have this class? How did y'all get into this? Oh, they asked us. This teacher asked us because we had this class. All right, so now I'm starting to talk to these teachers, and one of the teachers I just so happened to already have her class and was cool with. But I'm like, Miss B, why you never told me about this class, this program that I could be in? She's like, I didn't think you wanted to. Like, you just cool with getting by. I'm like, nah, I want to be in that program too. So I basically had to petition to get into it, whatever. Got into it. My grades at that point is probably like a 2.5. Our sophomore year, we won 1 game in the league. We was 1-9. Only team we beat was Tech. It was before Dame transferred. We beat Tech and then we lost to Tech. And I remember this because I was so mad. I remember P was like, bro, it don't matter. It's good. Like, that's our sophomore year. Like, we got 2 more years, bro. Like, we going to be starters from here on out. Like, we not losing like this no more. I'm like, man, that's weak, bro. Like, we one of the last teams in the league, bro. That's terrible. So summer go by, Dame transfer. Like, we done worked out, kicked it this whole summer. Like, at this point now, we talk AAU. I ain't on 18.
Not
18. Not after I played 8th grade, 9th grade, I wasn't on 18 no more. 9th grade year, I wasn't on 18. 1, because of grades, but 2, just they was in the gym and I wasn't. So I didn't play on 18. They sophomore year, I went to try out again, and Rain was there. Yeah, nah, I wasn't ready for Rain. I wasn't ready for Rain, man. I love Rain to death. Still to this day, man. Rain, I love Rain. Rain is my guy. I wasn't ready for Rain.
Rain's a different animal.
Yeah, that showed me what serious was like and being ready. And I was nowhere near ready, trying to get ready or looking at it. I was just good with being there. Like, oh, my partner's playing. I'm gonna go. But y'all doing that? Well, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all that. I'm not ready for that. So that just showed me that, like,
His levels.
yeah, like, nah. So I went and played on all these other teams and did that stuff, and it was cool. Like, it worked for me. I learned. I was the man in them spaces.
Right.
When we came back to Ohio our junior year, it made it all work because Dame was added to the puzzle. Drake was Drake. PJ was PJ. TJ was practicing with us, but wasn't playing with us then. So we had a real good squad. Most of us have been playing together or knew each other since our freshman year. So we were solid.
Yeah.
We was good. We finished, I want to say 5-5 that year.
That's your what? So, your junior year.
Junior year. This was the first year like we were like all of the varsity teams
Together, yeah.
It was a couple other seniors, but it was like really our team.
Y'all were the main.
In respect to them.
I know what you mean.
But it was really our team. It was the turning point of us taking over. So we went 5-5, and that was the transition point for us, like having Dame on the squad, really like locking down like this the brotherhood right here. Like this what we trying to do. And like seeing at that point, like I'm a big Laker fan. Kobe's my guy. So like seeing the dynasty of him and Shaq, and even watching college basketball at that point, Melo and knowing Q and Kellogg and them came from here, Leon Poe, and like we like, man, like all these dudes work out and hoop in the summer. Like they are friends and challenge each other. So that's where it really went for us. And like
that's dope.
To like really like to talk about commitment, accountability, and like our parents putting it on our coaches, right? We knew if we was late to practice, we was getting in trouble.
Oh,
we wasn't playing. You was gonna miss a half.
It don't matter if it's your mama fault.
Cry or something, like we was gonna run, like something. Everybody was gonna be on your head. Something. So like at this point in high school, like we all like learning to drive, but like we catching the bus going wherever we want. We all live like close to Ohio, but far. Like we live close enough to get there, but we live far in terms of like this should not be the school all y'all actually go to except for a few of us.
Right.
So we kicking it. It's a weekend practice, like before season start. Going into our senior year, if I remember correctly. And we know what time we gotta leave to get to practice. So we like taking our time getting ready to go, and like, come on, you gotta hurry up, get your bag, get your stuff. Come on, we gotta hurry up and get to the bus before we miss the bus, or else we're gonna be late to practice. Like, we ain't got no ride today. So like we trying to, in a sense.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say who at this point. We'll figure out who later. But one of us is just like, man, I can't go yet. I gotta do this first. So we like, we ain't gonna leave you. One for all for one. Like, come on, bro, hurry up. Like, we'll help you. All right, taking this sweet time. Long story short, we get to practice and we're late. Probably like 15 minutes late.
And this is whose practice?
Yep, high school practice.
So Watkins.
Yep, Watkins. And Watkins don't bend, break, shape the rules for nobody. Nobody. Not even, if he late, he gonna tell you.
Right.
But if you late, y'all done. You're running, somebody not starting, something. So we all like, I want to say at this point in time, I think I communicated the most with Watkins because I knew him the longest. And I think I had texted him and told him like, yo, we got on the bus running a little late. We gonna be late, but we gonna be there. That's cool. Y'all just better get here. So when we get there, like most of us have been playing for Watkins for 4 years. Few of us haven't been. So
this is going into your senior year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we like, all right, at least if I remember correctly.
Right.
Our senior year.
Right.
So we gym door open. We like kind of like fake jogging there, like, oh, we ran from the bus. Like we've been trying to get here. One of us walks, I'm late, don't matter. Already, whatever. Watkins is like, all right, cool, don't worry. We gonna run now for every minute that y'all was late. And we like 15, 20 minutes late. So we run now for like the next 30 minutes of practice, complaining.
Right.
Next game we play, I think only 2 of us started. And I think I started because I probably was the most level-headed about it at that time. Like, oh, okay, this is our punishment, whatever. Let's get it over with.
You handled it one of the best.
Yeah, but the rest of it was just like, man, this is bullshit. Like, fuck, we running for this. Like, you tripping. Like, just being combative to me at that point. And it was like, all right, man. Like, to him, it was like, I'm going to prove a point to y'all. So, like, we learned accountability. Like, even though we knew who we wanted to blame, no way in that point was we gonna be like, bro, it's your fault. You the reason we running. Make him run. It was just like, see, bro, we running because of you. Like, if you would have just listened to us, like, we could have been here on time. We could have did this, that, whatever. But that accountability point, us just like learning communication. I'm sure if we would have planned ahead or even just been like, you're gonna have to do that on the way there.
And at the same time, it's a sense of camaraderie because y'all held it down for him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Y'all didn't leave him for one, and then y'all didn't snitch on him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And like the next few, I want to say that year we lost 6 games.
The whole year.
6 or 7 games. We lost our senior year, 6 or 7 games. Part of it was because we always had one another back. No matter what it was. If you failed, we was there. If somebody got in your face, we was getting them out your face.
Right.
If you missed a tough shot, don't trip at the next one. Or I got the rebound here. Whatever. Like, we always had one another back. Like, there was a point in time where we didn't talk to each other. Like, we all best friends. We essentially go to one another's house after a game, after practice.
Right.
We wasn't talking to each other at one point. Just like, I'm off you, bro. I'm tired. Like,
that's normal though.
Yeah. Like,
at least for teams that are really that tight. You know what
and
I
like
mean?
really are serious with one another. Like, Dame had D1 scholarship. Had coaches coming to practice into our junior and senior year. PJ had schools interested in him. Drake had schools interested in him. Like, I had a couple junior colleges. TJ was committed to Stanford at that point.
Right.
Like, everybody was like, bro, we doing something, but it was still like competitive, still challenging, still, you want to be good, bro. That's what we got to do. Why you missed class today? How you missed class? What was you doing?
That's dope.
Okay. Oh, you didn't get breakfast this morning? Oh, well, I did. I got a little extra. Here you go. Like,
that's dope.
we always had one another back.
It's important who you surround yourself with for all those type of reasons, making sure people are into the right things and doing the right things. So that's dope, man. And especially y'all all being so young at that age. And then PJ and TJ were always so just mature. They were like two of the mature out of our whole generation. You know what I mean? They were just always just
You would never
responsible.
believe that, if I'm correct. I always say if I'm correct because I could be wrong.
It's hard remembering a lot of
I
this
want to
stuff.
say PJ, I know for sure PJ is the youngest of our circle. Of our 4 or 5 best friends that are the same age, he's the youngest. I think of TJ's group, he is the youngest. And I believe part of that is because TJ is a year younger than everybody else because he was so smart.
Exactly.
He got skipped up a grade.
Right.
Started school early.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. And he was also doing like left hand layups at like 4 years old. Shit, I'll never forget that, bro. But yeah, man. So let's talk about like where you went to college and stuff, and after high school, and just kind of how you got into what you're doing now.
So college, my journey with college was of our group, I would say, was the most interesting, or one of the most interesting. I went to junior college first, and a lot of it was just because I had a lot of growing up to do that I didn't realize, basketball-wise, and like I said early on, like I had a 1.8 GPA at one point in time. So thankfully for teachers and counselors and the relationships that I was able to mend and build my last couple years of high school, I was able to get some help. And when I was looking for schools, it made better sense to be looking at junior colleges and considering that. So I ended up going to Monterey Peninsula College. That was a great experience for me. It forced me to grow up, mature really quickly. We didn't have dorms. It wasn't a college like, I was on the campus the whole time. I had to get an apartment. I had to borrow my mom's car my first 2 years to get around and rely on different friends and stuff to get stuff done.
The grind, man, the grind.
It was like I was 18, but we graduated June 14th. I started college June 16th. Damn. Summer school. Like, our graduation party was that night. We kicked it for that weekend. Dame left to go to Weber. I left to go to school and start summer school. Did our summer, everything, had my apartment, all of that. And it was the adjustment. Start right away. Start school. You're used to doing everything on your own, cooking for yourself, practicing. I think the best advice that I was given by Phil was make a schedule and stick to it. And my freshman year, I didn't. But I had an idea. So our practice schedule was crazy. We would practice at 12 to 2. We would lift from 3 to 4, and then we could do skills, or if we had to work, we'd go to work. I had a job, so I had to go to work. So that became my little routine. My freshman year, I figured out how older cats was skipping weights, and I was like, I don't need to lift, I'm out. So for the first semester of school, before season started, I ain't lift. It showed me what was up. I was slower, less stronger. So instead of me coming in, starting at the 2, what they recruited me for, even though I played the 4 in high school, I ended up playing the 4. I wasn't fast enough. So I had to learn how to guard the 4. It taught me, because then I was mad about it. I felt like our coach had something against me, put me out of position because whatever. I went there with Josh O'Neal.
Right. I remember.
Solomon Wiseman.
Yeah.
So, I'm kicking it with a few other cats that I know from back home, but everybody else is from SAC, Monterey area, Salinas, really all over the north in Central California for real. So I'm like, we 2 hours from home, and I go home whenever. So that kind of messed with me my first year. Not grades-wise. I figured that out from learning my lesson in high school, but with basketball, it kind of messed me up. But after our first year, we didn't really have a good season. I started figuring out, well, if I go to school early, because at that point, I'm me, Josh, and Solomon, if we all ain't got a ride, I jump in the car with one of them, or they jump in with me, we go to school together. So I started saying, forget it. I really want to play. Josh goes back home at this point. So I'm like, I'm going to start getting up. School, I got class at 9 or 10. I'm going to go work out, then go to class, lift. Then we got our own conditioning and basketball stuff. So I'm going to go do that. So that helped me going into my sophomore year. So I was able to get out of playing the 4 and slide back down to playing the 3 and the 2. And my sophomore year, I had a great year. Started getting recruited by some 4 years, Grambling University, Southern University, Cal State Maritime up here. Boston University was recruiting me. And then when I say recruiting me, I mean they was sending letters saying we're interested in you possibly coming because of your athletics, whatever. But Greenville started calling me. They called me one day at 7:45 in the morning. Coach Rod called me. And I'm like, man, who are these out-of-state numbers calling me this early? I'm not even up yet. So, me and him talked or whatever. I peeped that they got, a time difference, which I really didn't understand at that point. Cause I ain't really never been nowhere besides AAU tournaments. So, peeped that out, and then I'm finding out where Greenville is. A bunch of my family is from the Midwest. So, all right, that's interesting. I really like Cal Maritime because it was close. It was an NAIA. I was going to kind of go there, and they was hoping for me to be one of their top guys. But I was really fit on going to a 4-year. I was caught like a lot of these kids are now.
Caught up, man.
I got to go to a 4-year. I got to get a scholarship. It has to be a D1. Well, I start just paying attention, watching and listening, and other people getting recruited for this. What was Dame's process like? What was PJ's process like? What was TJ's process like? What's Juan getting recruited like? What was Dev getting recruited like? And at this time, I'm going to school in Monterey, and Dev going to school in Monterey. Me and Dev kicking it. We working out together. That's part of why I started working out the way I did. So as I'm talking to him, and he well, I'm talking to Weber. I'm thinking about going there. I'm like, well, how are they talking to you? Well, they calling me. They saying this. They asking me this. Well, Greenville the only school doing that. Cal Maritime the only school doing that. Southern and Grambling, they just text me every now and then. All right, well, I got 3 visits. I'm going to set them up. So I went to Maritime. Maritime was dope. I liked it. A little too close to home. Didn't like a lot of the guys that was there. When I say didn't like them, I mean just we didn't vibe.
Connect, yeah.
Nothing personal. I went to Greenville. Different. I wanted to stay. And I went with one of my teammates from junior college because we both considered the school. But we there, I think was there 2-3 days. I got to see some of my family, got to see my sister.
Where exactly is it at?
Greenville's in not Illinois. It's in Illinois, but it's in southern Illinois. It's in Greenville, Illinois. It's 45 minutes from St. Louis. 35 minutes from East St. Louis. If you don't know the difference, East St. Louis is on the Illinois side.
Right.
St. Louis, Missouri is a whole different city and state. So they across the bridge from one of the like Oakland.
I've heard about that. that. I don't know why I know that, but I know that. That's crazy.
So a bunch of my teammates is from East St., some from St. Louis. So like one of my closest teammates is like we connected, even though I didn't stay with him on the visit, but me and him connected. Another one of the guys that was graduating is LaFonso Ellis, a junior. Fonzo Ellis Sr. was in the NBA. So at this time, I didn't know that. Me and Fonz just connected. So after the visit, like, I told him like I liked it, whatever, went home, talked to my mom about it, and it just became prevalent to me. It was like, I want to go where I wanted. Like, they messed with me. They didn't want me to leave. Like, coach hit me right after, was talking to me. My family close by and get to know them. I ain't never really been to the Midwest. I did that. That was a great move for me. Greenville was a Christian school, still is a Christian school. I grew up, my parents is Christian. My grandfather was like a accountant for a church, so I grew up in the church. But going to Greenville was different. It showed me the difference, once again, learning there's levels to it all.
Right.
There's a difference in being, devoted to something and dedicating your life to it, which is kind of like what we do with basketball, and then that's what they did with religion. So I learned a lot about Christianity. I learned a lot about other religions as well, but I also learned how devoted and committed I was. I learned that I was committed to basketball.
Right.
I knew there was some stuff that I knew with school that I was cool with, and entrepreneurship was what it was. I liked being free. I liked creating things for myself. I liked doing things. So that worked out for me. That was a great experience. I got to connect with one of my closer friends to this day, KJ, who's from East St. Louis, and he challenged me on the basketball side. We would go work out together, so I continued that routine when I got there. Me and him would work out, then practice. I learned about ice baths at junior college, but he was the one like, nah, bro, we got an ice bath every day, every week. Like, you should ice your body, like, stuff like that. So, like, I started learning more technical stuff, like how to work out for specific stuff, how to work out for ball handling, how to work out for defense and agility, how to work on my shooting. Like, he kind of helped me really break it down. So going in my senior year, I spent the summer there. Basically, like, living close to him, working. I had a summer job, internship for school that helped me with grades. So I spent that whole summer in the gym. Like, my routine picked up. I started work at 8, went to the gym at 6. Worked out for an hour, lifted, went to work. Went home, ate right. If we was hooping somewhere, we hooped. I hooped with, like, we hooped everywhere from St. Louis to the Navy base to local high schools, junior colleges, like everywhere, bro. Like, that's where the difference in basketball came in. Like, learning how to be technical and working out, but then it was like, yo, basketball-wise, like, in the Midwest, we don't play basketball like that. On the West Coast, like, out here, we play fast. And if I hit a 3 in your face, like, I might talk a little shit. Like, out there, post up body work, like, my footwork is impeccable. Like, I'm strong. I can put you here. Like, I'm going to lock you up. Like, it wasn't no, I'm going to tell you about my game. I'm going to show you.
That's interesting, just the different styles of basketball in different regions. That's interesting.
It was fun, though, to be able to peep that because, like, it taught me how to play different styles. It taught me, like, when they say that you can't compare Jordan to certain guys. You can't compare Magic and Bird. Like, they played two different styles of basketball. Like, you got to compare basketball differently at that point.
Right,
So
I agree.
that's what I take from it. But it was the most pure experience I could basketball wise, because that helped me want to play more. That inspired me to want to play overseas and continue playing after that. I had a teammate at Greenville that was Nigerian and wanted to play. Fonz, when he graduated, he went and played. So those was my connections before anybody else that I really knew outside of, like, you know, knowing like T-Time,
right.
Q and Kellogg and them, like, and Allende, who went and played, but like I could directly like be like, yo, I just kicked it with them last week. Like, we was either having a drink or we was just here working out. Now they overseas playing. So I like kicked it with them. When I graduated, my Nigerian teammate Obi took me to a Canadian tryout. He was going to one, so I went with him. And after that was like, I'm doing it. So he got drafted. I didn't. I got picked up on a team out there, played for a month. They traded me, played with another team for a few weeks. They cut me, came back here, played semi-pro with the Sonoma County Crushers for a season. And I think that is what, like, changed it for me, because, like, I still wanted to play, and I was good with that team. Like, I think I averaged, like, 20. Dame is in the league at this point. Like, I still talk to Dame all the time. Like, that summer he was here, and we had talked about me coming to Portland, me coming to see what Portland was about, me working out with him, and, you know, just getting away from Oakland. It wasn't no, come up here, I'm going to live with me, do this, that. It wasn't none of that. It was get away from Oakland, bro. Like, come see something different. Like, just come for a minute. So I did that, went, checked it out, kicked it with him and P. I loved it. It was beautiful. I didn't want to leave, of course. You know, after that, I was like, I had a tryout in Seattle for, I want to say it was a G League team, but I might be wrong. I very well could be wrong. Could have been a semi-pro team or something. I can't remember. Whatever it was, I tried out. And we went to P. I believe it was like before P graduation or right after his graduation from Lewis and Clark. And I went to the tryout, and after that, like, me and Dame talked, and he was like, you know, if you want some help, I'll help you. Come work out with me. Like, you know, maybe that'll do something for you. So after that, P graduated. I went and worked out with Dame that summer in Utah for like a week. And that, like, all right, I'm gonna go do this. I'm really gonna do this. And after that, I was like, yeah, it's on. Came back. Me and Dame had talked, and he was like, you know, what you thinking? You gonna stay in Oakland? What you gonna do? I'm like, bro, I think I'm gonna move up there. And he like, you know, one of my cousins is moving up. Maybe y'all get a spot together. You figure it out, whatever. You could still work out up here. You know, maybe if things go well, you might end up on a G League team or something. I don't know.
Right.
So I did that. Moved up September of 2013, almost 10 years ago. Threw my backpacks in the car, my duffel bag, drove up there. It was a great experience, bro. It was, like, to see D work out like that, to see him take off with his professional career, to see, you know, PJ grown up, to see him in his element, because I hadn't been to Portland like that before other than just kind of visiting. So to, like, see how much love and respect P had around the city and, you know, from different places, it was beautiful, bro. Like, I loved it. And that's why I've been there so long, just the love of everybody, you know, what we've been able to kind of build upon. We was working out every day, bro. Like, Dame would come work out with us when he could.
That's dope.
He going to do his stuff. We going to games when we can. Like, nobody starts up here.
Right.
Like, let's put that out there. Nobody starts at the top, man. Like, we all came from catching the bus, borrowing $1 or $2 from each other to get a meal at McDonald's for lunch or whatever, to put a little gas in the car, whatever it was. So now we at this point where, like, Dame in the league, he working out every day, working, P got a job and training kids part-time. I'm watching Houston working out, playing professional football. I got a little job trying to, watch what they doing and figure out what I'm doing, but trying to work out too because I still think I'm going to play. And fast forward a little bit to like, I want to say like a year later, bro, like Dame hit the game winner against Houston. Mm-hmm. Pivotal points. He hit that shot against Houston. That happened, like we kicked it, celebrated his success, great job, we proud of you, bro, like rookie of the year, next thing's this, like you could do whatever. And like we seen him like stand in the gym, like never giving up on, all right, I did this, it's cool, I could chill, like kept working, like now in like same thing with Pete, he doing his thing, like now Pete done started, now Vinny move up. Mm-hmm. Vinny and Matt guy, like still family. We get there, now P and Vinny working kids out, like we work day in camps in the summer.
Hella camps in the summer. I'm remembering all of this, so that's why I'm
literally like we like camp workout. Like we helping whenever Dame want to shoot or something or need somebody to do something. We help him. Like we helping, and I say helping Houston, but we was going and working out with Houston. Houston doing his stuff to get ready for football. So we watching this. P doing his thing, building his stuff. Like, and I'm from my perspective. This is my perspective. I'm on the side, like, I got a little job, like, what am I doing? Am I gonna go play somewhere? Like, my agent ain't called me, I ain't got no options, like, nothing. So, like, finally, like, one day, like, I'm like, I ain't working out. Forget it. I ain't working out today. One day, I said, I go to the gym with Pete, watch him work out, Dame little sister, and all the other kids he got. And this was a joke, but I remember this, and I love Nene to death for this. Mm-hmm. She getting ready for a basketball game, and I tried to tell her something about something she should do. And she was like, why don't you shut up and get your own basketball game? And I was like, what? Like, it was funny to everybody else at the time, and like I could look back on it and laugh because it was a joke, but like now I'm like thinking about that was a point for me, like, all right, like what am I doing? Am I gonna play somewhere or am I just like working?
It was like an eye opener for you.
Yeah, so like I tell Pete, like, I help you with the workouts, bro. Like, when y'all need some help or something, or you got some kids that you can't keep up with, bro, I'll help. So Pete, like, I'm putting together a camp. Me and Vinny gonna put together a camp and start our own business. So Pete put together a champs camp. I'm like, I help. Like, I record the videos and help kind of edit them whenever y'all need to, or, post them on the Instagram page or whatever. So we do the camp. Great success. Like, it was perfect. PJ ran it. We helped. Dame helped. CJ McCollum helped. Houston helped. Like, people from around the city that PJ knew helped. Like, it was great, bro. Like, really to see, like, from P going to one or two kids and now throwing the camp, it was like, dang, like, amazing. Boom, that take off. So, like, now I'm like, I'm gonna help you, whatever you need help with. And I train some kids too. So like now I'm getting into it, like, and this whole time, like, we at the house watching videos, watching other training videos, like talking to Dame about workouts. And when I say talking, I mean like P asking questions, saying this and that, and this is what you should be doing, and like breaking stuff down, and Dame talking with him, and I'm chiming in from time to time when I can. Now fast forward to P get a coaching job coaching girls at the school that Nene was going to, Dame little sister. They hired PJ, not me, not Vinny. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I gotta figure something out. God is great, man. Like, I decided one day I wasn't gonna work out. All of a sudden, like, I get connected with the assistant coach from my junior college who's up in Portland. And he like, yo, I didn't know you was up here. I'm like, I didn't know you was here. Like, what you doing? I'll coach at this college out here in the middle of Portland. Oh, for real? Okay, well, I'm gonna come watch y'all play, check y'all out. And he like one of the top assistants, like suit on, like drawing up plays, like he the second man. So like me and him stay tight, talking, whatever. Next year he get a head coaching job like 2.5 hours away in Washington at a junior college. And he hit me like, I know y'all be working kids out. I know you're around Dame, but I need some help. Would you be interested in coming to help me? I wouldn't mind. I come do whatever. Like, I come copy the workouts that I've been watching Dame doing and do it with the kids. Like, I ain't tripping. I know what it's like to go through junior college. Like, cool. He literally, like, you do all the skill development stuff, tell them how many shots to get up, and then send them to the weight room, make sure they lift. All right, cool. So I'm driving 2.5, 3 hours 3 to 4 times a week.
Jeez.
And this is when it set in on me after season. Like, I done did it. And I'm thinking, like, I did a great job. Like, we didn't win that many games, but it's his first year. Like, we going to be good. All right, well, I'm waiting on my check. The rest of my check, like, I've been getting paid, but it's just been a little gas money. And he like, all right, well, I'll let you know about summer stuff. And, if we could figure out if we can get you some more money. And I'm like, more money, bro? Like, I'm broke. I've been driving up here on my own money, bro. I'm broke. Like, I can't do this. It's like, I understand, man. Like, just let me know. Like, we gonna build this thing. Like, if you hang on, it could work. I'm like, yeah, sound good. I believe you. I really do. But
Right.
I don't know about this. So I'm like talking to other coaches in the area now, because at least in Portland, because I done got to know some people from working Dame camps and now coaching at that college. So one of the coaches that been at Dame camps and like been watching me let kids shoot in the morning, and like I'm just thinking that this dude just like, oh, he working camp.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna watch him and talk to him, and this dude Marshall Cho just like got a head coaching job after being a basketball ops guy at University of Portland. And I literally had only talked to him at Dame camp. Senior got the job, messaged him, hey, congratulations on the job at Lake Oswego. Hope everything goes great. Hey, man, why don't you come to my open gym? Check us out. I got a job again outside of coaching. I'm working at the bank now. Been a couple months. Like, I done moved into my own spot, my own apartment. I'm good now. All right, y'all come check it out. Come to open gym, like, yeah, why don't you come back tomorrow, play with the varsity kids, get them, just challenge them a little bit. All right, I ain't tripping. I hoop. I come hoop. And I'm, I think, 25 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, bro, like, hooped with him that next day, and he do like this. I need you to sign this to be my freshman coach. I ain't coaching no freshman basketball. You play too much. Man, stop playing. You're going to be my freshman coach. I'll let it have you on my staff, man. It will make perfect sense. I'm going to think about this. I'll let you know. I signed it. I was the freshman coach. It worked out. Like, I was working at the bank.
So you didn't kind of plan into going to coaching? Each time it just kind of happened.
It just happened, bro. Like, I just wanted to help my junior college coach, because he was the dude that helped me while I was at JUCO, bro. Like, literally midnight, he'd be like, You ain't worked out all day. Like, you've been at work. I know you didn't lift. Come to the gym at this high school and work out with us. I did that. Got up the next morning, went and worked out, bro. That's why my sophomore year was good.
It was dope.
So I was just literally like, thank you, man. I'll come help out. End of the year, I'm like, bro, I can't do this. Driving 2.5 hours, bro. I'm working at True Religion, making $14 an hour. I can't do this. I'm barely feeding myself.
Right.
Like, I appreciate it, but I can't do this. Lucked up, Marshall had become, and I literally got the job. I just tweeted, sent him a DM on Twitter. Congratulations.
That's dope.
Invited me there, bro. That worked out. I'm gung-ho about it. Excited, bro. Let's go. I'm going to be the freshman coach. I'm going to help out with varsity. Like, I'm going to sit in on practices and steal this, copy this, and learn this. That happened, bro. And freshman team, we was all right. Next year, he was like, I want you to be a JV coach. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I ain't tripping. Need you to help out more with the varsity and to be the defense. I need you to be my defensive guy. All right, cool. I'll do that. So I start, like, at this point, like, my second year now, and I'm like, I'm going to steal all the stuff Watkins used to do with us, all the stuff Rain used to do with us. So Rain used to do the drill. We all sitting in the line. We got to slide baseline and back. I mean, full court. When he says. Right. Other than that, you got to stand in stance. Keep your hands up. Yeah. Sometimes he would even bring the bricks out. You drop these bricks, it's over. So I'm starting to do that, and I'm telling him, put the basketball. You drop the basketballs, we going all the way back. So we doing that, and Cho calls it the Oakland drill. So now he's giving me more and more leeway throughout the year with the defense. So I'm like implementing different stuff on how I learned to play defense, how it worked for me. So we end up having a good second year. He takes me to China with him to run Yao Ming's camp.
Oh, wow.
That was fascinating experience. I had only been to China one other time before that, and that was to try out with the team and then to go with Dame with his Adidas stuff, and that worked out perfectly. So I did that. That was a great experience. Came back, we had another good year, and this year we had, I want to say we made first round of playoffs, but then we got exited on a play-in game. And we went to China again, and this time it was me and another one of our assistants. And I told him, like, I might apply for this job, see what happens, whatever. I applied for a head coaching job at Cleveland High School in Portland. And literally when I did it, it wasn't like hey, I'm good enough, I'm ready to be a head coach, thank you, I'm out. It was hey, these parents of this AAU team that I was coaching told me about this job, and they told me I should apply. What do you think I should do? You should apply for it, man. See what happens. Like, worst case scenario, you get some experience, and cool, you know what to do next time. Best case scenario, you get the job. Like, whatever. Did the interview with, like, all right, I'm just going to do it. Vinny helped me. PJ helped me. Dame helped me. Dame wrote a letter of recommendation for me. Like, I'm like bouncing these ideas off people, bro. Like, looking at this, talking with Watkins and Raymond and Phil about what I should do, what I should run, how this should look, what you expect. Like, literally.
Get in the game. Just
figuring out what I'm going to do. Went there, did the interview, left, was like, I'm not getting the job. Like, they're not hiring this 25, 6-year-old black dude that's not from Portland. Get out of here, man. I'm 30 minutes out of the interview. I'm going up back to Lake Oswego High School. We about to have a workout. The AD calls me. Hey, man, I want to call you and tell you, job is yours. And I'm driving. I dropped my phone in between my seat and my middle class phone. I'm like, hold on, wait. Man, my phone, wait. Say that again? Yeah, we're going to offer you the job. I need to think about this. Can I call you back tomorrow? Yeah, call us back tomorrow, let us know. So I go in.
Wait, before you continue, is this like, oh shit now? Like, yeah. Are you kind of scared?
I'm nervous.
Because you didn't expect to get the call.
I'm not getting this job.
Especially 30 minutes later too, so you still haven't even came down from probably the adrenaline from
like, I ain't even still like revisited all the questions and like, that was a dumb answer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm like, I walk in the gym now and I got my basketball stuff on. I'm like, I'm not gonna say nothing yet. I'm just gonna wait and really like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I imagined this. I'm running the workout at this point. I run the workout. The kid that I'm training is J.R. Schilling. He goes home and I'm standing there with Coach Marshall Chun. I'm like, yo, they called me and offered me the job. And he just like erupts with excitement. Let's go, congratulations, man. I'm like, are you gonna take it? Like, wait, are you leaving me? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you think I should take it? What should I do? And like, think about it. Like, let's go have a drink. Let's think about it. Like, let's chill out for a second. Like, weigh your options. Come up with some questions, man. Like, he walked me through the process. Like, this is what you should do. This is what you should ask. Like, if you feel this way, ask him this. Like, find out this. So I slept on it. The next day, I was like, I'm taking this, bro. Like, even if I fail and we win one game, right, bro, cool. I did it. So I did it. Took the job, bro, and it was none of what I expected, none of what I could have anticipated. It was just like, but it was great, bro. It was great for my first year, bro. It was great.
For me, when I decided to take a head coaching job, it was like, okay, I saw the game at one speed as a player. Then as a trainer, I saw it at a speed. As an assistant, I saw it at one speed. Yeah. So I want to see how I view the game and sit in the head honcho seat. So it was a challenge. So I get what you mean. It's like, okay, I got to try to figure this out. And that's kind of how we go through life. So that's dope, man. Yeah. And so how many years were you at Cleveland High?
I was at Cleveland for 5 years.
5 years.
I started 2017. We started season in November. And it was just like, I think the best advice that Cho gave me when I started that job was, you don't know anything. You don't know how the kids are going to be. You don't know what the program's like. You don't know anything. Go learn. And that year, like, I learned a lot, bro. Like, I got a lot of gray hairs now, and a lot of it is just because I learned and I failed so much. Like, we had a good year. Like, I did better than the previous coach and the coach before him in 1 year.
Right.
We weren't over 500, but
it was improvement.
Like, we won 12 games, bro. Like, we were still in the middle of our league, but the league that we're in there is like the OAL. Inner city league. Like, you're going to run into some really prominent black teams. You're going to run into some kind of suburban or, you know, more suburban-like schools and programs. And that's what it was. But it was like, I learned everything, bro. And, like, I put the comparison of Portland to, it's, in the makeup of it, it's like how Oakland is, meaning like it's a smaller city, but it's a little bigger than us. But, like, when it comes to their inner city schools, like, their inner city schools are like us, except, like, I say Cleveland is most comparable to, like, a Berkeley High. Because, like, you have some people that are more hippie-like. You have some more conservative people. You have a more diverse group of people. And when I say diverse, I don't mean racially. I mean, like,
background.
Yep. Like, you have some people that come from wealth. You have some people that are really poor. You have some people that have migrated from another country. You have some people that have been here forever, and that's their heritage.
Do you think that played a part in you kind of getting comfortable?
It did, because it reminded me a lot of Oakland High. Like, the story of it. Like, when we got to Ohio hadn't won since 2000 when my brother was there. Before that, Ohio hadn't won league, nothing. And we didn't win league, but we competed for it.
Right.
And Cleveland was the same way. Like, they hadn't won league since 1962.
Jeez.
They hadn't won their league or state since 1962.
And did you guys win it?
We won our league last year. And it took 5 years, but it was just like at Ohio. Freshman year, all right, find a group that you believe in, that you could work with, that's going to turn it around. I found the 8th grade group. I found them a good coach. Found somebody to hold them accountable. They got the high school now, and they got 2 coaches, because now I'm on them. We still working with the other groups, right? Not to say we didn't believe in them, but we seen the difference, right? Some of y'all have more, some of y'all don't. Okay, well, we still working and experimenting and trying with this group. This group getting better. They getting better. Well, now this is my 3rd year, and they sophomores. And 2 of the kids in that group now are really skilled in athletics. So they play varsity, and they helped us because that was the COVID year. That was the year that was supposed to be our turning point. Like, no lie, that was the year that we should have won our league, with how weird it was in terms of the 2 bigger schools not having the power that they had, and then us having a shorter season, which worked in our favor because I had smaller kids that wasn't as athletic that can last the full season. So that worked for us, but COVID screwed us. We didn't get as much time, so we didn't succeed. Not to say we didn't succeed.
I know what you mean, though.
We didn't have a great year. We didn't win the league. So the next year, year before this year, this year was now like, all right, let's turn everything around. Like, all of these dudes is now juniors. Let's make sure that we really get into it. Like, some of them played AAU together right after COVID, and then the rest of them just was in the gym. Like, in Portland, they do clusters and youth programs. So if I'm the high school coach, I got 2 or 3 middle schools that surround my high school that I can help coach during the winter. So in the winter, those teams, the kids that are hoopers, the kids that play year round, all right, well, if y'all play year round, we'll put together a schedule for y'all that want to play. We'll try to make it competitive. Y'all find the coach or we'll find the coach. Boom. So we did that. That helped us. So now these kids is juniors. They done had a good year. In the summer, they all play together because we do summer league together. So up here, summer league is 1 month. Oregon summer league is 3 months if you want to.
Oh, so it's like,
you could do, like, granted, you do all your high school stuff in June.
right.
But then after that, if you want to go play tournaments, you can go play tournaments with that team. So that's what I did for 2 years with those 2 groups. And when they were sophomores, and then again before they junior year, let's go play again. So we did that, and that gave them more experience because Oregon basketball ain't comparable to our basketball here. So that changed it for them because they got to play in Vegas, got to play a couple more tournaments out here in Seattle where it's super competitive like here. So it worked out for us. So now when we come back this past year, like I got 4 guys that done played AAU most of the last 2 years and been in the gym on their own end with me the last 2 years. Then we got a young group that one of the groups I coached when they were 6th graders for the last 4 years. Now they are all sophomores. I got a couple of them, and now some of them on JV. So this past year, bro, I had an 8-man rotation. I had 10 guys that I picked for our team to start the year out, but I had 3 guys that we swung from JV. So we were deep. Like there were most of the games, like it was like, all right, we going at y'all. Pressed, we play. We like when I say like what we started at Ohio, I copied and I mimicked from them to Rame to what I learned in the Midwest.
That's the same thing I did.
I did all of that, bro.
I took a little bit from every coach I've ever played for.
So like this past year was like we lost 6 games, just like my senior year. And it wasn't like because I'm a great coach I did this. It was we had kids that worked hard. They stayed in the gym. I had a good coaching staff.
And they were bought in.
They bought in. They literally did what I asked them to do.
That's dope.
If I told them that, yo, we playing this team, like it's a team in our league that has some bigger kids, like 3 6'6", and 2 of them can shoot and dribble. I told our kid, I said, man, if we gonna play this team, only way we gonna win, we gonna have to lock up. No wide open jump shots. We getting around every screen. We boxing out. Nothing. We started that in the summer. We started that because we knew what the league was, bro. It was like the OAL. When you go to MAC, what you getting? You about to run into a dogfight. Right. When you go to Jeff, you running into that same similar atmosphere for Oregon. When after that, what's the next toughest place you play at? It's either Tech, Castlemont. Over the couple years, what we did at Ohio, you put Ohio in the mix.
It's hard to win at any school on the road in the OAL,
especially when they're competitive.
Right, and that crowd is into it, and it should, even if it's the worst team in the league and you the number 1 team,
they want you.
They want to beat.
Yep, and it was the same for us. And I look at stuff like this again. We talking about my perspective. I'm the outsider. I'm the one head coach in our league that's not from here. I ain't friends with none of these kids' parents other than since they've been playing with me. They don't want me to win.
Right.
So since I'm the outsider, I really have to beat y'all. I really have to. So I got to be on point. I keep our stuff tight. So we had a great year, bro,
That's
just
dope.
because we worked. We stayed on top of everything. We got hit with COVID where we couldn't play for 2 weeks. And that was a challenge for us because it was right after Christmas. We got into the biggest tournament in Oregon, and we surprised everybody. We went 3-1, and we jumped out, went in two good games. Then we lost, and then we beat 2 prestigious programs. Now everybody like, oh, they good. They league, this, that. Like everybody take notice to us, and I'm telling our kids, don't listen to it. Let them talk, whatever. They wasn't with us a long time ago, so don't listen to it. So now we get to our league, and they go, oh, everybody that was at that tournament was exposed to COVID. Y'all can't practice or play for 2 weeks. And we going in the league, bro. Our toughest matchup is the team that was going to be the best in our league, or one of the teams that was going to be the best in our league. And they the first game out of COVID, and we got 1 practice. They beat us by like 10, 15. And I was like, I got kicked out of that game. I got kicked out of that game. Me and the ref got into it. I'm sort of a hothead sometimes. So, yeah, that became like we lost.
It's passion, man. It's passion. I'm the same way.
It was like.
I used to have to tell the refs, like, bro, I'm not yelling at you, bro. I'm just yelling. I'm just used to yelling, bro.
I talk loud when it comes to this. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just talking.
Half the time, I'm not even talking to you. Yeah. I'm just talking to get these thoughts out of my head.
That's it. Like
I went through the same thing.
I always tell them, I'm a conversation person.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to turn around and say, hey, man, stop talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, my bad. And that was dope for me coaching at MAC because it was like a lot of the refs who knew me as a player got to meet me as a coach, and it was like I was vocal as a player, but I wasn't like a hothead. Like I didn't get a lot of texts. I was real respectful. But as a coach, it's like I'm barking, and then my voice is deep, so it carries in the gym. So it's all these different components. It's like, bro, I will never disrespect you over a game of basketball. We're gonna disagree, and I expect you to miss calls. Half the time it's just for my own sanity, bro. So
I always try to say it's cool if you miss it. And you can even tell, I didn't see that.
Right.
I missed that one.
Right.
I disagree with you. Okay, we can agree to disagree. But when the game's over, bro,
it's all
over.
love. Yeah,
it's
bro.
Really
it's nothing
over.
personal.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not tripping unless, like, there's one game that I felt like I got cheated. And one of the refs that I felt like cheated me is from Oakland. And I didn't know him when he was out here, but he from Oakland. And I was like, bro, how do you, like, how? Like, you're supposed to have my back. We cool, bro. Like, I done seen him, everything afterwards. Like, he didn't even, I believe he even was like, bro, I'm sorry, but it wasn't nothing I could do for you. Like, I probably should have tried, but it was nothing.
Right.
I even talked to him, man, I get it. Like, in the heat of the moment, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Exactly.
But game over, we lost. It's a basketball game, bro. It didn't take no money out of my pocket. It didn't hurt me in no type of way other than we lost. It is what it is, man. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah, that's real.
That challenge is crazy.
How did the process go about the new job that you just took? And like, what's the name of that school?
Grant High School.
Is it still in Portland?
Yeah, I'm still in Portland. So this is compared to the OEL, you got Mac, Tech, Ojai now, Skyline has been prevalent, Fremont. So in Oregon, in Portland is Jeff, then there's Grant. And then there's everybody else. Or Jeff, Grant, Benson, Roosevelt now, and then there's everybody else.
I kind of get what you're saying.
So now, like, I'm one of the top dogs in terms of prestigious program. This program has won state championships, like 60, the most state championships amongst athletics in the state.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great program. The reason I did this was I wanted to step out. I wanted to try something new. I wanted to challenge myself. Cleveland was great. It was a great experience. I loved it. It was hard as hell to make this decision, bro. Like, it took almost a month for me to just be like, all right, we doing this, man. I'm out. But it was like, a lot of stuff transpired into me making this decision. Like, going back to everything, like, us as coaches, nobody knows what happens behind the scenes but us. My first year at Cleveland, we had a new AD, new principal. 2 years after that, we get a new principal, new AD. The next year, we get a new principal. The next year, halfway through the year, we get a new principal. The next year after that, we get a new principal.
Yeah, that's tough.
So now this is going into my 5th year. We have a new principal that just started at the end of the year. You know, she's cool, figuring it out. Nothing against her at all.
It's never personal against a person. It's just
everything.
People don't like. Man, how do I say this, man? There's so much that goes into success when it comes to team sports and just things like that. And a lot of it is luck. Yep. And when I say luck, it's like our personalities have to mesh.
Yep. And just the stars align for everything else. It just all comes together.
And that's a part of it. That's what it all came down to. Like, the first AD we had, me and him had started together. Like, we got off to a cool relationship. We figured things out. New AD come in. Things didn't start off so great. We ran into some issues, communication, whatever. I'm not being specific because it was not personal. I know it was. Right.
But now, fast forward to what we done built. Like, going into this year, we the top dog. Granted, I know that we're the top dog because of how I feel.
Right.
Nobody picked us to win, and I'm telling her, I'm going to shock them. We're going to do something. Watch. Just trust me. Okay, yeah, like, I believe you, yeah. We didn't, schedules change up because we're coming out of COVID, all of that stuff, right? We deal with it. I don't get certain practice time. We have to miss some practices because we don't have another gym reserve. We have one gym. This is where the only things I'm going to be specific about. Practice time. Then it was just like we couldn't get things done. And then on top of that, like, over the last 2 years, I started this tournament at the beginning of the year where Oakland High comes up and plays us. And it's always a competitive game, always a great atmosphere. Dame released one of his shoes at our tournament for that game. Okay. Gave Oakland High shoes, gave a couple kids from my program shoes. Like, if y'all want some shoes, grab them. So now, this is the year. Like, our game go down with Ohio. Tough game. We lose. Rest of the year gone, we blaze through everybody. Have a great year. We don't have some practices. We don't get some things rescheduled that should have happened to make us successful. And I know what it took for us to get here. Now it goes on and we win the league. We ain't won since 1962. Whole gym is packed. Gym ain't never been packed like this. Never. Both sides open, fans all the way through, alumni coming through, everything. Like, we win the league. I wait until we make it out of the second round of playoffs to cut the nets. Let's cut the nets now and celebrate. Because we ain't never did this before since 1962. Even if we don't go do what that team did, we ain't never been here before. Cut the nets. Cut the nets. All right, we're going to hang a banner and we're going to do that. Cool, great. I can't wait. Can't wait to see that done. That's the one moment I don't care about the plaque. Nobody saying I'm coach of the year. I want to see the banner hung. I want to see it go from the floor up. That's all I want to see. That's my moment. The kids had their moment. Everybody cheering for them because they did that. Right. I just want to see the banner. We're going to the state tournament now. Come to a practice. Banner's up. Banner's up. It's not in the right color. Yeah, I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to change the banner and I'm going to get the right one hung up. Okay, cool. So we going to get to see you, like, put that back up. Like, maybe, yeah, when we get it all changed, I'll do it all. We'll have a little thing. Okay, cool. It's February. It's March. We lose first round. Play in the tournament, whatever, season over with. We finished 5th. Don't see the banner get hung. Now we get into spring. Hey, so I want to start getting our boys into the gym because the gym's open now and we're allowed to start doing workouts. I'm expecting to win our league next year and win state now. I want to start the process. Okay, well, let me see what gym time we got. We could probably get you in there maybe like on a Friday, but, you know, there's a lot of other sports and the youth teams that have the gym. So the youth team can't be moved to Friday or be sent to like a middle school or something. I'll let you know when we get it figured out. All right, I'm not gonna cause a fuss. We're gonna figure this out. So I'm vocal. I say stuff. I talk some shit. That's just me. So I put it on Twitter. It's crazy that I won my league and I can't even get back into my own gym to start my spring stuff. Nobody said nothing about it, but I'm owning up to what I did. Some people seen it. Some people made some noise about it. Said some stuff, whatever. Don't care. Finally, we get some gym time in May. 2 times a week. Now we go through summer. So now I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to test this and see what's up. Like, there's a job out there that I really want. It's a prestigious job. It would be at Lake Oswego. But he's not going nowhere. There's another job close to where Dame lives. This will be a power move for me. If I get this job, Dame live close by. I done worked out with a lot of their players before. I know this program. I could go and get this job, and I know the AD, and this could be a great spot for me. So I go apply for it. Don't get it. She doesn't call, say nothing. So I apply for another one. Now she asks, like, yo, what's going on? You, like, really think about leaving? I mean, if I'm going to take a job, it's going to be either one of these. Like, one of these 2 jobs is going to be one. So this is another job out in the suburbs, Tualatin. I'm like, yo, I really want this one. This would be a great spot, too. They got great facilities. Like, I could do something here. I don't get that one. So now I'm like, fuck this. I'm done. I'm staying here. I'm about to win. I'm going to win state. Then I'm retiring. I'm done. Like, it's over with. So AD from Grant calls me. And I've known him because he was at Cleveland as the golf coach. And then when the new AD came in, he went for the job but didn't get it. So now he's at Grant. Calls me, it's like, yo, would you think about coming to Grand? I'm like, nah, not gonna happen. I'm about to win the league next year. No. And I know how our league works with y'all. Nope, not doing it. No, thank you. So now we're going to summer basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Summer basketball go on. Everything's cool, whatever. He hit me again like, yo, sure you don't want to think about it? Like, you wouldn't think about it just a little bit? I'm like, man, out of respect for you, I'm going to think about it. Like, I'm going to talk to my girl, talk to the fam, see what's up. So I go talk to my girl about it. She like, maybe you should think about it. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Just give it some thought. See what's up. So I'm like, all right. So I do my research now. Put y'all on some context. My mom was in the Army. My mom was an investigator, postal worker too. So I started doing my research. I started checking in with people and just, what's up with this program, man? Why they on me so bad? Why they want me to get this job? What's up? Like, why they calling me? I thought they would have hired somebody by now. Like, everybody want to work at this school. Like, what's up? So I finally, like, you should probably think about it. Like, this could do a lot for what you're trying to do. And you wouldn't have to worry about nothing because they're a basketball community. All right, man. It's early July, mid-July. I guess I'll call him back. Tell him I'm going to think about it. Maybe I interview. Call him. Yeah, all right. Let's set up an interview. So they set up an interview. I'm the last interview. They didn't interview everybody else. No exaggeration when I tell you this. I tried to mess myself up. And when I say that, I'm not like, oh, I don't want the job. I want this job, but I want to do what I want to do. I've been setting that up at Cleveland. I got my tournament. I'm trying to do some other stuff that I want to get done, like basketball-wise, to create an outlet, to try to make basketball a little bit better around here. I might be able to do it here. So I'm telling them, like, I want to run a youth tournament. I want to do this. I want to have my tournament every year, and that'd be a fundraiser to our program. I want to have, the college and the pro guys that went here come back and work out and lead the way for the younger guys. And, like, this should be something that's ran year-round. Like, this should be a basketball school, basically. Yeah, we could do that here. We got 2 gyms. We also got 3 middle schools. So you mean to tell me I could get into them middle schools whenever I wanted to? I could run my workouts. I could run workouts for the high school kids. I could run middle school workouts. I could run tournaments, camps, clinics. Yeah, I don't think that should be a problem.
That's dope.
Nah, man, y'all playing. Y'all not doing that. So you mean to tell me, like, I could come here and do this? Like, I could turn this out right now. Yeah, this is what we want. We want to win more state championships. So y'all cool with me coming in here and running Princeton offense, triangle offense. Y'all with me running spread, flex, changing everything. Because the last guy that been here almost 10 years. Yeah, that's what we want. Y'all playing, man. They asked me to draw something up on the board. I purposely didn't do it. I got up there with the marker. I can't draw a practice for you. I can't draw a play for you because I don't know what my team looks like, so I don't know. But if you tell me what team I have or what kids I have and I know what their capabilities are, I'll show you what I can do. But I ain't drawing no play for you right now. I'm sorry. Left. Interview was over. This was Tuesday, Wednesday I interviewed. The next morning, I start work every day at 8, bro. I have a 8:15 meeting that's not over till like 8:30, 8:45, depending on how busy we is. At 8:30, AD was calling me. I'm like, I'm away and call him back after this meeting, see what's up. Call me back. I called him back, yeah, so we think we're going to offer you the job. Man, I need to think about this. Y'all playing. Ain't no way y'all just, nah. Let me think about it. So I do some more research, like checking with people, seeing what's up, like who else they interview? Why they didn't offer this dude? Who else did they talk to about this? They got to have a backup plan if I don't take this, because I already said that I wasn't really interested. I only did the interview out of respect for the AD that I'm cool with. Like, I'm kind of interested, but I don't know. So, I'm talking full circle now, right? I told you that Drake, some of his family from Portland. One of his cousins is on my coaching staff. So I'm talking to him. He like, Grant's the most prestigious program in the state, right? I'm like, what you mean? Like, we won the most state championships. What you mean? He like, yeah. Not basketball-wise, just athletically. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. Like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, we got to... This would kind of be a big move for you if you did this, bro. Like, you would have a lot of support, like this community, connections, everything. And I'm like, dang, bro, you got a point. So at that point, like the next day I'm like, let me go drive around the school, see what's up. Drive around the school. School big as hell. Got a park on the backside of it. Got a pool accessible to it. So I'm like, Cleveland, we got one gym. I ain't see the banner get hung. We always gonna have gym issues. We always gonna battle with a couple other teams for space. I can go and keep doing this, and maybe I'll be good again after this group in a couple years. Like we'll be decent. We'd have won, in my opinion, would have won this year. Would have been really good next year. Then would have been all right, and then we would have started picking it up again. But it would have been
that's usually how it goes. So
like 3-4 years before we got there again. Or I could go over here. There were some kids there. I'm like, if I leave my group, which I'm still super close with all 5 of those kids, still super close with. If I leave them, if I take this job, one, they could probably transfer. They are wherever they want, so they wouldn't be in a bad position. 2, there's some kids over there that I could build with, and then there's some younger kids over there that I could really develop with. This could be a good move. All right. Let me see what's up. So this went on for like 2.5 weeks, bro. Like they calling me every couple of days, like, what do you need? What do you need some questions answered? You need some more information? Like, nah, man, I don't know. And then finally, I think what pushed me over the edge was they was like, you gonna rip the Band-Aid off or not? Like, you gonna leave now or you gonna leave in a couple years? And I'm like, how you know that? And like, we just looking at it like, you could win this year and, just kind of filter through the next couple years, or you could win this year and resign, or you could leave now and have a little bit longer of a coaching career. And I'm like, oh man, damn, they called my bluff, bro. All right, let me think about this a little bit. Push me over the edge. School colors are the same as my high school colors. Bigger community that's about athletics. It's about support. Not to say that Cleveland wasn't, because Cleveland was. Like,
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna miss a lot of those kids and families, bro. Like I am. Like I still kick myself because I'm like, damn, bro. Like that was a great spot for me, but I just had bigger ideas, bigger goals, bro, and I wanted to challenge myself. And
I think coming from Oakland, we tend to have that. I don't want to call it an issue, but it's like a gift and a curse. It's like sense of loyalty, this sense of not turning our back, this sense of how are they going to survive without me? Just because we know how we're raised, you know what I mean? But because I've had that issue with just quitting jobs sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, bro, am I being disloyal? But it's like, when you think about it, bro, life is about stepping stones, right? Yeah. And you can't get to that next level without using stepping stones. And we have all of these sayings and cliched meanings to things that have such a negative connotation, like stepping stones or using an opportunity to advance yourself. But it's like, it's not always a bad thing, bro. It's not. It's almost a part of, it's like the ecosystem has to go a certain way in order for everything to thrive. Yep. And you going through what you went at Cleveland, not only did it give you the experience and give you the knowledge and give you the relationships and all the stuff that you gain, you know what it taught you that's most important? What you don't want to deal with. Yep. You know what I mean? And again, I only did 1 year at Mac, really 2, but the COVID year, so that don't really count. Yeah. But I was able to see it immediately. Coaching at the collegiate level. I only did 1 year, 2 year technically, but I saw immediately, same thing you said, bro, I can't sustain a lifestyle making no money. Yep. I'm living in LA at the time, coaching at Dominguez Hills, living downtown LA. I can barely eat, bro. I have a son already that's already 2 years old. You know what I mean? So I'm going through all these things. I love the game. I love to coach. Same with Mac. I'm making $1,700 after taxes for a season, bro. I'm spending 3 and 4 times that to make it through the season. I have to feed these kids, and I have to deal with administration and school people who just are sitting here collecting a check, and I'm having to take up their slack.
Yep.
And now it's getting to the point where my only sense of stress is coming from this place. Mm-hmm. Oh, bro, some things got to change, man. And it sucks as much as it sucks. It's like we have to put ourselves first sometime, bro. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean. And at the end of the day, this is only gonna just broaden your network. You know what I mean, and widen your reach to more and more people. Mm-hmm. So man,
that's what made me sit down on it, because like I went back and forth, but like even after accepting the job, I was like, bro, I ain't taking this. Like I'm gonna tell him I can't do it. I just want to resign, bro. Like my son too, like my girl pregnant again, like
congratulations.
Have another kid, bro. Like, man,
congratulations.
I did great, bro. Like I can sit down and call it what it is, and then I'm like, I love the game.
Right.
I love the kids, bro. And like me taking this job is beneficial to those kids too, because some of those kids, that's Portland, the city of Portland is like Oakland to us, bro. I can get from the east to the west in a couple minutes. Right. So if the gym open, I'm there.
Right.
Hey, you got so-and-so in the gym? Cool, I'm pulling up. You got an open gym session? I'm pulling up. Oh, I want to work out. Cool, I'm at the gym. Come through and shoot. Like, we didn't always have that accessibility in Cleveland because we had one gym. But now, because I have that relationship with them and other kids, if I'm in the gym and it's not against the rules for y'all to come hoop or come get better, we got an extra gym now. Hey, you know what? You going to college. I work out and train college guys. Hey, we got an open gym. Y'all come hoop. Y'all come work out with these college guys now, because now y'all getting prepared. And my whole understanding of leaving, or when you do get ready to leave something, you always want to leave it in a better position. Yep. And that's how I felt about Cleveland. Like, even if those kids would have chose to go to different schools, the culture, the environment, and the standard in which we built there is going to be set for the next group. Yeah. And the next guy that comes in there. And hopefully he realizes that, and the guy that took over is an alumni. And he was on the coaching staff before I was there. So he's seen, before and after now. And I'm sure his goal is to go, let's take it up a notch. Yep. Let's see how much better we can be and build and make this more. And that's what I want, bro. Like, I'm hoping that if it's 1 year at Grant or 20 years at Grant, when I leave, they gonna be like, yo, we didn't know that it was gonna get this much better, but it did.
That's dope.
Like, this is way better than what we could have anticipated. So that's the biggest takeaway that I can take out of this from leaving Cleveland, because I'm still torn by it. Like, like that was my first head coaching job. Like, them kids that are seniors and juniors, like, them my kids, them my little brother. Like, them families is my family. Like, they watched my son be born. Like, they showered me with gifts from my son and for what I was attributing to their community. So I'm forever grateful and indebted to them. Like, just personally, bro, like, I'll still go watch games this year or next year, whenever, like, just to see what's going on. Like, that's just a connection. So, like, I'm happy for it. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I'm nervous, excited, all of the above, but I'm ready for the challenge. Like, I enjoy coaching, and this is going to allow me to see how much further I can go and how much better I could be. If I could be better, if I fail, at least I tried.
Right.
At least I know what's not for me.
And it's not really a failure. It's just a learning experience. Really, what's the change? Like, and that's the best part about what you're going into now is, like, the expectations are set, as far as what you want on your end and as far as what they're willing to give. So it should be of course, it's not going to be perfect, but as long as we both know our mission and what we're coming into this to do, then shit, we should be able to work together.
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. I appreciate you coming down and telling your story, man, and just talking about, like I said, those pivotal moments in your life where you're making certain decisions and just your thought process going through them, and just, sharing that knowledge and game with the audience, man. So what else you got going on, man? Obviously a new program. So have you guys started working on stuff yet?
No, so like Oregon is a different state, but it's completely different from us. Like, when schools start here, you can start open gyms and working out. we can't do open gyms, no on-court stuff with the kids until mid-September, late September. I can only start doing weights and stuff. So I'm about to start with weights and conditioning soon.
That's how it's supposed to be out here too, but nobody follow that shit.
Yeah,
they got loopholes,
Yeah, so like we gonna start that way because they a little sticklers out there. So
yeah,
we gonna start doing everything like that. I'm gonna start with some camps and stuff for the program, but outside of that, man, I'm just trying to get organized. I'm still in the gym training with some guys. I got a couple college and pro guys that we still working with, and
that's what's up.
then just learn to be a dad, bro, and trying to enjoy these moments in life right now, bro. This downtime, like a lot of people been asking me, like, you know, what you been doing now? Hey, you over? You know, you starting a new job? I'm like, man, honestly, I've been enjoying the quiet, like, being able to be home and being able to be mad because my son too loud or playing with his toys too much and stuff like that. Like, I've been, even though they're different stresses, different frustrations, but I've been appreciative of those moments.
It's refreshing a little bit.
Yeah, being able to spend time with my mom, like being here this weekend, like, you know, being able to just do little stuff that's not completely scheduled and basketball related right now. Like, you know, bringing it full circle, bro. Like, I had a schedule from the end of my high school years until my second year at Cleveland, and even like the past 2 years because of COVID, I got myself back on the schedule because of my son, and then being around Dame so much and him being on his workout schedule. Like, I implemented some of that into my life, so it's just really like having a break from that. Like, I ain't been working out myself. Like, I just been working out other guys, focused on that, getting organized for this program, bro. Like, trying to figure out how to be a better dad, a good co-parent, bro, a better partner to my girl. So just been learning, bro, and enjoying these moments, bro. Taking it in.
That's all it's about, man. Focusing on what we can control. So I get it, man. Well, yeah, I want to appreciate you again. Like I said, we've been trying to get this done for so long now. We finally got it done. That's all that matters, man. So I appreciate you sharing your story, man, chopping it up with me and telling this whole dope experience, brother. And we got to do it again, man. Get some updates. Good luck to y'all this season. Obviously, you said you got a new baby on the way, right? Boy or girl?
We don't know yet.
Oh, wow.
We don't know yet. We gonna see though.
If you had to guess, what you guessing?
I'm guessing girl because of listening to everything around me. Everybody else that didn't have girls is like, you know, if y'all going through the sickness and all of that stuff a lot, it's probably gonna be a girl. She's super emotional. It's probably gonna be a girl, and we've been experiencing a little bit of that in this.
And how old is your son?
My son is 2.
2. Okay.
2.5 now. So. We gonna see, but I'm thinking girl, but I want a boy for him to have somebody else to roughhouse with and fight with and all of that. But whatever we have, I'm good, bro.
You want to know what's funny? My son is 8, and my daughter will be 2 in November, and she's way rougher than him. And my son is huge too. She's way rougher than him, bro. So you never know, man. A little girl might take a little son on one, man.
Man, I'm cool with that too.
Right.
We gonna make her tough anyway.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, though, man. So yeah, salute to you, man, for being a great father, a great coach, great role model, man. Giving back to these kids. That's what it's all about, and ultimately taking that game that was instilled in you early, you know what I mean, and paying that forward to other people, you know what I mean, whether it's basketball, whether it's life. We talked a lot today about accountability, you know, creating new habits for yourself. That's all I heard in your story is like, okay, I'm doing it this way, it ain't working. I'm watching the people around me. I'm seeing the way they doing it's working for them. So let me adapt some of these new, and even in the coaching and all, and it's like I'm the same way. So that's why a lot of time you talking, I just kind of got caught up in just listening because it's like, I want to interrupt so much because, like, damn, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. But that's what it's all about, man. So, like I said, I just want to thank you for being transparent. Thank you for doing this, man. This platform is yours. So whenever you come back, man, if you want to chop it up about anything, man, we got each other's number. You can hit me, you know what I mean, and make it happen, bro.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, and I want to thank you too, but also give you your flowers too, bro. Like, you doing this, creating a platform for others, but then also what you've been doing with basketball, bro.
I appreciate that, bro.
Allowing everybody to share their game. I watch all the interviews, bro.
You've been telling me that for the longest, yeah.
It's amazing to be able to, like, go back and connect our web, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we all connected some kind of way.
It's a real brotherhood, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's a real brotherhood.
It's amazing to see us all successful, and I want to leave you and everybody with this, bro. Like, I look back on it like this, bro. Like, think about everybody that from me, P, Dame, Juan, Dev, Bam, Gabe, Benny, Mims.
The list goes on.
Everybody, bro. Like, Mook, everybody, bro. Like, we all. If you look back at it, it's like there's a picture and there's some people missing from a few years ago. We hooped at
Berkeley High, yep.
And there's like 20, 30 of us, bro. But if you look back on it, bro, like, who would have said when we was 15, 16 years old that you could look back and go, he's going to be a millionaire. Yep. He's going to be successful. Yep. He's going to run a business. Yep. He's going to create this. He's going to create this. But you can go back through that picture, bro, and pinpoint everybody.
A lot of people.
Having success, bro. And when I say a lot of people, bro, like, we can guesstimate 30 people in that picture at least. More than half of that group, bro, is
way more than half.
Own me.
Way more than half, for sure.
And we not talking about money.
And the funny thing is, I know the picture you're talking about, and I'm not even in that picture, but I know the picture you're talking about, and I agree with you. Way more than half, 100%. I would bet everything on that.
Successful, bro. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because basketball and the family and the village around that created us all being successful in our own right, whether it was work, school, family, whatever, being a better friend, whatever it was, bro. We've all become successful, bro. And it's been by God connecting us and making that web, but also because basketball was our joy, bro. And we found what we needed. And I'm super thankful to everybody in that picture that's been around our circle, our family, bro. Like, I could go down the list and we could sit here and do this for another hour.
Exactly,
If I can't mention your name, you ain't forgotten, man.
Right,
I thank y'all. I love y'all. And none of us would be here if it wasn't for us all being who we was, bro, challenging us.
And I'm eager to see the heights we take it to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of us are just getting started, man. Like, those millionaires is finna be billionaires. And you know what I mean? It's just, we finna just keep climbing the ladder, because ultimately what we do, man, and what we all have done is we share our resources with each other. And we might not talk on a regular, but it's like, it's always a support from a distance, and knowing you have that support. Me and you didn't always have each other's phone number, but we tapped in nonstop. I'm talking about from throughout college, even when we were playing, you know, when we see each other, it was all love. We got similar friends off the court, like all these different things that connect us. And what it comes down to is, like, when you're a good person, bro, and you meet other good people, you guys, the relationship will last forever. Because nobody's trying to pull one over on each other. I'm not trying to use you to my advantage. I'm not trying to do anything wrong, but see you succeed. You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, man, for real.
Bro.
For real.
Appreciate you, man.
Anytime, brother. That's a wrap, man.